Game for you. Jimmy Adams won the toss and decided to bat, and these were the two teams. The only change from the previous game for the West Indies, Marlon Samuels in for Ramnaresh Sarwan. For Australia, no Steve Waugh, of course. He was injured, and Adam Gilchrist was captain of the side. Colin Miller came into the side for the injured Brett Lee, and Damien Martin. The action will pick it up early on.
It's through in, big shout. Venkat says no. McGrath followed through. Gilchrist wasn't jumping around too much, but there's a big shout from the slip field, and Sherwin Campbell survives.
The usual prod that we are accustomed to seeing from Sherwin Campbell. Not too sure what this hit though. The Australian seemed quite convinced that it hit something. Passed pretty close to the bat, but perhaps the bat brushed the pad on the way through.
This time he gets it through the slip cord and in the air and racing away towards the boundary. The first four of this test match. Ra's not happy. 1 for 7. Oh, a little inside edge, and Ganga's off the mark. The boundary, so 2 boundaries off 2 deliveries, both off edges.
Oof.
Oh, it's got him. I think it hit the club, did it? Is it on the bat or not? That's the question. By Venkat saying his hand is not on the bat, I feel. It certainly struck something. This will be a very interesting replay. I think Venkat is saying he had his hand away from the bat.
Very interesting. It did hit something. Exactly what is the question? Hit the helmet. I don't think that's out. Not in recent times anyway.
Very good decision. There was arms going everywhere. There was a big noise. Big appeal by the Australians. Good umpiring. And by Venkat, 2 good decisions so far this morning.
That one's beaten Michael Slater. And that'll be 4. Nicely timed. It's his best score against Australia with that boundary. It was short and wide, and Ganga put it away. Nice bowling. Just chopped that on. It was Fuller again from Gillespie. Swung away from Ganga. He was drawn to the shot at the last minute. He tried to remove the bat, but not quick enough. It hits the underside of the bat and back on the stumps. And Gillespie has got his first wicket at his hometown.
Well done. That's a reward for some excellent fast bowling. There it is, it's up, not too far forward, not much foot movement, off the inside edge, it doesn't matter, it goes down as bowled. And Jason Dizzy Gillespie, first one at home, that's something he'll remember. Boys are happy. Took a while, but the first one's on the board. Interesting cricket, 1 for 45.
Wavell Hines is the new batsman for the West Indies, averaging a tick under 36.
Oh,
Still on strikers end at the moment.
that's a good area, McGilla.
And Campbell on strike to McGill, but the reason that Wavell Hines is out there is Jason Gillespie has picked up his first wicket at the Adelaide Oval, where he's done a lot of his bowling. It was a reward for some good bowling, some good pressure. Wasn't necessarily the best or quickest ball he's bowled this morning. He's had the pressure on Darren Ganga for quite a while.
Get up.
Just knock that down. They'll get a single though. Kept the pressure on Jason Gillespie. A couple of close plays and misses earlier the previous over. That one was around the right line and length. Darren Ganga did not want to play at it. He made his decision too late. And all he did was bring it back onto his stumps. Maybe a little misfortune for him. Good bowling and good reward for some good pressure from Gillespie.
Post, got to be close. He's given in. Stayed down. That's beautiful bowling. Sherwin Campbell just shuffling across the crease. Not going back or forward, caught plumb in front. And all of a sudden, it's 2 for 52.
The rhythm. You know, he didn't rush up for that one a yard quicker and it beat Campbell for pace. Oh, and that is as plumb as anything you'll see. Simply beaten for pace. It was beautiful bowling by Gillespie.
Campbell, once again, not going off the job here. Go for 18, it's 2 for 52. Ryan Lara. He's the key to the West Indian batting. He's coming off 231 against Australia A at Belrive Oval in Hobart. This week, he comes in at 2 for 52, and all of a sudden, Gillespie with his tail up. Just on half a bouncer. Oh, it's very good bowling here. The LBW was plumb. Sherwin Campbell does shuffle across. He's bowled off stump. He got this one spot on. Gillespie pitched just outside line, straightened up, going towards middle leg. That's plumb. By Venkat had no hesitation whatsoever in judging that LBW. He's had a very good morning. Got it away nicely, and you can't drop short here to left-handers at the Adelaide Oval. And Wavell Hines is a good young player, plays his shots, always looking to score. Pulled that beautifully through mid-wicket.
That's pinned in. That is because he's in the frame of mind where he's not going to play the pull shot to Glenn McGrath. And I think that's a mistake. I think he should be trying to bat normally against Glenn McGrath.
It's the angle. Ball pitched outside the line of off stump, and Lara thought to himself, well, I'll be able to rock back and allow this to pass outside the off stump. It came back in, followed him right in. The piece of the helmet actually coming off, perhaps one of the screws.
Catch!
That's away to the boundary for 4.
That was flying, and how beautifully bowled by Gillespie. When you watch the replay, just watch how he does amble in. It's nothing more than a gentle amble, and he whips his arm through, and he's picked up the wicket of Wavell Hines. A beautiful piece of bowling.
Yeah, it's great bowling. Made Wavell Hines play. That's down the middle between the keeper and first slip, and that's a great catch from Ricky Ponting. Good moving, turned his body, and safe hands of Ricky Ponting. Wavell Hines is on his way for 27. Good bowling change, 3 for 86.
The new batsman is Jimmy Adams, the West Indian captain. He won the toss this morning. Very good toss to win. These conditions are excellent.
This is an absolute screamer pitch, isn't it? It's going really fast to Ricky Ponting. Didn't have to move too far, but when it's going at that pace, you've got to get it exactly right. And Ricky Ponting will be very happy to catch that. Didn't do too well in Perth in there. Usually at third slip he likes to field. He's been fielding at first slip. Looked very comfortable there. Works hard on his fielding, and that's an excellent catch.
That's right.
Jimmy Adams is off the mark, but with a slightly diffident stroke. Well, it's an interesting stroke. He smashed that for 4 through the covers. I suspect one hand. I saw him being photographed practicing one hand yesterday because he's got a bit of a damaged shoulder. Perhaps he's put it into practice.
Well, that's a cracking shot. Just about the shot of the day. Nothing wrong with the ball, just an outstanding back foot cover drive. It's in the air, that one. Just to the right of the man at point. We'll go for the boundary. That was almost a chance. That's the back foot again. This one's going to go all the way as well. There certainly is a change of mood out there. Ryan Lara said, well, I've hooked it enough. It's time to put the foot down.
Six boundaries for Brian Lara. If that runs into the gutter, which it will, good pull shot over the top of that one from McGrath. His previous 5 were all good shots. It's a cracking shot, and that's through. Well, this is his best. This is what people want to see, and this is what the West Indies need.
And this is when Jimmy Adams comes into his own also.
Yeah. And good in defence. Nice touch. Running down the hill, and that'll go for 4 again. That's good cricket. Something through the onside and the offside, and this was just all touch. He goes for it. That's predictable. Puts it away. That's good batting. There's his 50, and what a way to bring it up. A perfect cover drive. Superb 50. Plenty of boundaries, starting to take control.
Oh, yeah.
Great shot. Backward a point. 4.
That'll be 4. That'll give him a bit of confidence. And that's gone way up into the temporary stands. Well back.
Oh.
Dropped by Mark Waugh. A very difficult one. It's 3 for 171.
Oh, that's a cracking shot. That's not a bad delivery. First time in this innings, though, Brian Lara's decided to use his feet. He's got down the wicket to Stuart McGill, timed it and placed it beautifully. Perfect cover drive. Well, Jimmy Adams has got that one away on the leg side. Fairly short boundary out there. Oh, very brave piece of fielding. Ricky Ponting, up with a ball similar to that last year. Not doing some damage to his ankle. Fortunately, not on this occasion. Still the same result, a boundary. McGill goes down the ground. Brian Lara said he won't wait too long to take them on. Straight down the ground, a couple of bounces for 4 on the long boundary. Wide, and that'll be 4. Plays that shot very well, Brian Lara. Anything with a bit of width, he'll throw everything at it. That'll be it. Nicely played again, just using the pace of the ball, placing it down to third man. And that'll bring up Brian Lara's 15th Test match 100. Very well played. Good wicket here at the Adelaide Oval. He came into this series under a lot of pressure, and this game under a lot of pressure. Found some form down in Hobart. He's gone on to score his 600 against Australia. He's 3rd in this country, following 277 at the SCG. 132 in Perth last series. A hug from his captain. That's a very, very well played Test match 100.
This crowd really loved it too, right from the word go today. They fancied this day's play in general. 140 balls, just 11 more than Jimmy Adams has faced at the other end for 34 runs. He's come in when his teams needed them. The 3rd Test in a row. Come through with the goods. 17 boundaries in all, 16 of those 4.
Oh, and he puts away the full toss. Crash into the fence it goes at mid-wicket, and so it should. All of a sudden, the Australians, for the first time in the series, with their heads down a fraction.
That was a very full tosser.
That's hit beautifully. Good use of the feet, straight down to long on. Magnificent use of the feet. Perfect on drive. It's the over bowled. It's 3 for 235. Lara against the new ball.
not far away. And the batsman, Brian Lara, for one awful instant, would have seen umpire Venkat start to straighten up. Missing by a good 3 or 4 inches.
Oh, good shot. It wasn't that short, so Brian Lara says, cop that, McGrath. Races through mid-wicket. Dangerous signs. 10 runs off the over. 3 for 251. Well, Jimmy's pulled out the hook shot and he's done it well. Bounces into the fence at square leg. That's a sign how good this pitch is.
Lovely timing. That's what that terrific wrist cock does for Brian Lara. Just a little push there, and that ball raced away through the covers. Big shout, might have been an inside edge, and Jimmy Adams has gone one short of his half century.
Full ball from Jason Gillespie and taking Jimmy Adams outside edge there. Pretty much a half volley, and that's the really would have liked Brian Lara, but they're settled for Jimmy Adams, and it's just going to make sure the day finishes on a high note for Australia, and that's good reward for Gillespie. He's got 4 wickets in the day. 4 for 269.
Mervyn Dillon, the night watchman. And that means that Ridley Jacobs drops back to number 8 in the order again, which is, I think, a big mistake. I think if they're going to send anybody in, they might as well send Ridley in. Jason Gillespie now has 4 wickets, in fact, all 4. Getting a little outside edge there. Now, that'll be a great relief to Adam Gilchrist. His partnership was starting to look very, very dangerous.
Very good shot. It's a very good start.
Mervyn Dillon looked to me last night as though he'd gained a bit of confidence from his innings in Perth. He got 27 in the first innings in Perth when most of the other players failed. Looked to me as though he was just playing a little bit straighter last night, perhaps with the confidence gained from that innings. That was a lovely shot. That was a bit of an expansion of a good defensive technique, just giving that one a flick off the toes.
Gone. As a result, for Gillespie's got 5. Well caught, second slip by Mark Waugh. That's the end of the night watchman. A very good effort by Gillespie.
That's good bowling. That'll help the Australians getting rid of the night watchman quickly. Starts to get very frustrating when the tail ender hangs around. That's a good line, and the ball just moving away a little bit and moving quite late. Good sharp catch taken by Mark Waugh. It's 5 for 280.
Big moment for Marlon Samuels on debut, just 19 years of age, joining the great Brian Lara. 5 for 280, the West Indies. Well placed the second day. But Gillespie has done a great job. 5 wickets. A beautiful late outswinger to a lower order batsman, just wide of the off stump. Made him play. Good genuine nick.
Ball flew quite quickly to Mark Waugh. Good, comfortable height for a slip fielder. At that height, the fielder can take it with the fingers pointing down. First test match in Adelaide for Jason Gillespie, and he has 5 wickets to his name.
Well, what was it off the body by the look of it? We'll wait for the call from umpire Venkat. Going for 4. Umpire Venkat's dead ball. That's interesting. It's well forward. appeal this time from McGrath. It'll be a bit closer, that one.
Yes, that certainly looked a lot closer than the first appeal. I'd say the first one was pitching outside leg stump, but I'm not so sure about that. Second one. That's a fair decision. Just pitching outside leg. There's no way the umpire could give that out.
It's a full toss and he puts it away. This is a good start. He's aggressive. He's looking to score. He's not overawed by the situation.
Well, it was in the air, but he found the gap between second slip and a wide fourth slip, and it goes all the way down to the fence for 4. With a little bit of luck going the West Indies way. That one's through the gap as well, and there's no third man in. So the plan hasn't worked. That will go all the way for 4. A little fortuitously, though. 5 for 302. In the air as well. That one's deliberate. That will be 150. It's not a bad shot by any means. There's a bit of width there. He went after it. That's 150 runs to Brian Lara. Almost half the total. 102 runs of that in boundaries. It's just the tonic the West Indies needed.
The lack of histrionics suggests that he's got plenty more to come too. Buckle up, because he's thrown everything at that, knowing there's no fieldsman down there, and if it did go to a fielder, it would take catching. And there's that open face. I think he wanted to get it squarer than it eventuated, but with power and timing, it'll get there. He knows it needs catching. Plenty more to come.
Well, that's a good shot. Just short of a length. He's rocked on the back foot and punished that. It's a very good shot, and a confidence-boosting shot from Marlon Samuels.
That's a good shot. Nothing wrong with the ball. It was drifting away from Lara, and then it was about to spin back when he gave it a fearful welt away through cover.
Didn't give it too much opportunity to spin back. Got as close as he possibly could to the pitch. Didn't use his feet, just stretched at the right foot. Of course, with him being a left-hander, his front leg coming a long way forward.
Just a fingertip job for the fielder that time. McGill gave it a bit more air, and Lara gave it a bit more back. That's a good hit. I've got a feeling on the replay he was on his way before that left the bowler's hand. 5 for 331. The shout was for punter, and punter dived away to his left but couldn't stop Lara picking up that 1 run. 6,000 runs in Test cricket, and becomes the 7th West Indian to do so.
Yes, yes.
Beautifully placed. That's a super shot. All right, you've got 2 great strokes in this over, but one just to the left of backward point. And now a wonderful sweep shot. What a beautiful stroke.
When this man is batting well, it's a joy to watch. He gets the ball exactly where he wants it. Doesn't matter where you place the fielders, he will put it where he wants to put it.
There's a man at deep square, but he'd have to move pretty quickly to catch that. It was nicely played. 11 from that over, 5 for 354.
He's gone. Yes, he's got him. Miller does the damage. Very well caught by Mark Waugh. He went for the big square drive. It went like a rocket. He caught it easily.
He's made it look so easy up until now. The wide full one into the rough. Foot wasn't there, but that always hasn't been the case. Mark Waugh, a fantastic catch, and listen to the crowd, their appreciation of such a great innings Brian Lara extremely disappointed. The Australians not so. That reaction tells me Brian Lara wanted more. Really disappointed. He's getting out for 182. Great signs for the young West Indian players. All of those fellas, please watch. 29 fours and 1 6. The West Indies are now 6 for 354.
Ridley Jacobs, who made a magnificent 96 not out in the first innings at the Wacker. 131 at Belrive, comes in at the fall of the 6th wicket. The end of a magnificent innings from Brian Lowe, who's in control of the last half hour. Really should have put that away. His front footers in. Here we mentioned didn't really go at the ball at all, and a very good catch. Went very quickly to Mark Waugh. Caught it easily. It's a pretty good start, isn't it? Batsman comes to the crease. Been sitting there for a long time. Oh. Short. Gets the treatment. That's a poor ball. Put away. Oh, good shot. Very good shot. Going for the square boundary. Just on the middle of the leg, and he put it away. Got him as he has, yes. Well, there you go. We're talking about playing the shot. Come on and stay down a fraction. That's a big wicket. Colin Miller gets 2.
Did exactly the opposite of my suggestion, threw it in quicker, but subtly quicker. 95 k's an hour rather than the normal 90 or 89. Trapped him in front. The pull shot wasn't on. Batsman thought the pace was going to be slower than that. A real big wicket for the Australians. 7 for 376 now, West Indies.
Nixon McLean comes in at a very awkward time, 2 minutes before the luncheon break on the second day, and that was a big wicket by Colin Miller. Marlon Samuels misjudged the length and the type of shot he was going to play. Not sure what he was trying to do here. Wasn't really a pull shot. Spun a bit. That was a pretty easy decision to give. Would have taken middle and leg.
Stayed down a little bit and was a bit quicker. Pushed it through. The Aussies knew it was out.
That one's off the helmet. He might get 4 leg byes.
Well, I kept my eyes on the umpire to see exactly what would have been signalled here. From the previous experience of Marlon Samuels, well, it's obvious from this that Ridley Jacobs didn't play a shot. He started to think about the shot and then he realized too high. Let me just get out of it. But it hit his helmet and went to the boundary, which under the laws that I know at any rate, it's supposed to be 4 leg byes, taking evasive action. Same thing that Marlon Samuels did. Now this time he does get 4 leg byes.
That's got to be fairly close, yes. Umpire Venkatragavan says it's out. Really, Nixon McLean playing too cautiously there and just hitting around what was virtually a full toss.
The difficulty to understand how he missed that delivery. It was full in length. And he just played right around it. How do you miss those? Well, that is plumb.
No score to Nixon McLean out. LBW, a 3rd wicket to Colin Miller.
This West Indies side would be a big game fisherman's delight. 2 Marlons in this side. Marlon Samuels and now Marlon Black coming into the crease.
This is why he's there. Nixon McLean just completely missing a full-length delivery. Could have hit mid-stump, perhaps a foot up.
Oh, that's a good shot. He's got a good eye, Ridley Jacobs, and cleverly he's decided that he's got to hit some boundaries
big shout. Yes, he's got him. Justin Lang has taken an excellent catch at bat pad. That flew very quickly from Ridley Jacobs. Colin Miller bowling around the wicket. 5 went into off stump. Looked like it bounced a bit. I'm not sure if it was bat pad or pad bat, but it flew out very quickly. Justin Langer took a very sharp catch moving to his right. It's a good wicket for the Australians. Miller's got his 4th. Port Langer, 21. West Indies now 9 for 391.
Close in there to Justin Langer, and the 4th wicket for Colin Miller.
Well, the ex-West Indian captain makes his way to the crease. Courtney Walsh batting at number 11. Oh, that's very close indeed, and that's out, yes. Colin Miller will be on a hat-trick when he starts the second innings. His first 5-wicket haul here in Australia, and only his second 5-wicket haul over in his whole career. Courtney Walsh playing his shots. Firstly, it was Ridley Jacobs. He was out with a very sharp catch from Justin Langer. Ball angling in, bounced. Looks like it might have just flicked the shoulder. Oh, yeah, the shoulder of the bat and the glove. Blew to Justin Langer. Excellent catch. First ball, Courtney Walsh. He said he wasn't going to hang around, and he didn't. Playing a big shot. Strikes him on the back pad, and that's hitting about middle leg. That's fair enough. Colin Miller will be on a hat-trick when we start the second innings.
So, a real improvement that was as far as the West Indies were concerned, and the key man, Brian Lara. 182, magnificent knock by him, following up a super 231 that he got against Australia A in Hobart, but 391 was the biggest total by far of this series so far for the touring side. And as far as the Australian bowling was concerned, well, 2 men doing the damage. Jason Gillespie with 5 for 89, and Colin Miller, the veteran off-break bowler, with figures of 5 for 81 of just under 36 overs.
Hit that pretty well. Finally will cut it off. Alan Black down there. Michael Slater's away. That's a good shot. Won't go for 4, but he's punched it down the ground. He'll look for 3. Good call from Michael Slater. 3 weights there for Michael Slater. Matthew Hayden was going quick and was looking for 3. Michael Slater didn't want it. Well, that was a pretty good delivery. May well go for 4. Thick outside edge. Quite go. We'll get 3. That's a better length from Marlon Black. Thick outside edge goes for 3. Australia none for 11.
Excellent shot. Didn't even bother to run, Michael Slater.
Yes, 2.
Shouts of 2, and I think you can increase that to 3 now that Nixon McLean has dived.
It was in the air. Flew safely in the gap between third slip and gully. Probably won't go all the way. Might have looked to run for. That's settling for 3. It's a long boundary down there. Now at third man. That was certainly in the air for a long time. What's a nice shot. It was wide. It wasn't really a square cut. He just pushed into the gap. Timed it beautifully. That one wasn't off the middle. He'll probably get 3 though. That's the advantage of opening the batting. Bombs thick outside edges like that. The third men in. 3 runs for them. Oh, that's a very good shot. That's a shot of a man who's actually seeing the ball very well. That was a very, very late cut, something you don't see a lot of these days. And that brings up the Australian 50.
This is a shot normally reserved for wicket keepers. because they've got no others. Michael Slater, such control. Really is these 3 balls Mervyn Dillon's bowled to him. He's really got his feet set. Now he's even deciding to dabble with some finesse.
That's nice to hit as well. That's what happens when you try to alter your line, drift on the leg stump. Michael Slater picked this up very, very cleanly and put it away.
That's a good shot. Very good start for Matthew Hayden. Second day a little warmer than the first. There's been just a nice breeze out in the middle for the players. That's a lovely shot. That's just a gift. Full and wide of off stump. Got to catch it, but it was well away from mid-on. Slater is on 44, Hayden 29. Oh, Slater treating Mervyn Dillon with disdain. I think Mervyn Dillon just congratulated Michael Slater on his lovely footwork.
That's one way of putting it. Was past him before he had time to get down.
Yep. Slater's pushing for 2 to bring up the half century. There it is, yet another one for Michael Slater.
50 runs to Michael Slater.
Half century and in very good time. Just 72 balls faced by Michael Slater. That's excellent going in a one-day game. And this is a test match.
It's 4 more. I think the only way Dillon's going to get Slater out is if Slater gets totally overconfident.
That's a good shot. Short boundaries here at the Adelaide Oval, but that would have reached the boundary on a much bigger area. He didn't quite get that. He's still going to get a 4. He's picked it up from fractionally outside off stump and belted it away. 103 on the board now. Well, that was absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
That's a beautiful back cut. There's a man down there at square point, just behind the line of square. But that is a super shot. He's played 2 late cuts. One off the fast bowler Dillon earlier. It was a great stroke. And then this one off Jimmy Adams. That was a very, very powerful hit. Straight down the ground, longest part of the ground, none for 122. Oh, that is a beauty. Courtney Walsh won't give anyone too many liberties. Leg by.
Oh, it's a direct hit. That'll be Matthew Hayden's 50. Second in the series, only 3 innings, along with the 44. He's having a very good summer so far. 1 for 144, Australia. Well, he's over-pitched this time. It's good batting from Matthew Hayden. He's rode to the one slightly fuller, and he's put it away. That's good batting.
Chance here, hesitation from Hayden, and finally the breakthrough has come via a run out. Once again, exactly as it happened in Brisbane, they were playing extremely well together, and Matthew Hayden has been left for dead.
Left for dead, yes, but I am not too sure that Matthew Hayden's attempt or effort was ideal.
So Sherwin Campbell, the fielder there.
Perhaps wasn't the perfect run to take. But I think if he had gone through, he would have had a much better chance than he ended up having. It's 1 for 156.
No night watchman, Justin Langer coming in, which is quite reasonable. There's still 11 and a bit overs to be bowled. Catch it as the shout, and an absolute long hop has been hit straight to point. So Marlon Samuels has got his first Test wicket, and the substitute fielder Sarwan, who's just come onto the ground, has claimed Michael Slater, the first time he's got out in Test cricket in the 80s.
Well, that's a good move. Good wicket for the West Indies. Not too sure if Marlon Black was the man at point, if the end result would have been the same. Right to run is Sarwan. Well done well. And Marlon Samuels takes his first Test wicket. Not a bad debut with the bat, and now his first wicket, but a good knock by Michael Slater. It's 2 for 160.
Nahor is the new batsman, coming in to face the part-time off-spin of Marlon Samuels. So after a big opening partnership, 2 wickets have fallen quickly. It's an elegant way to get off the mark. That's a nice little gift for Justin Langer, new to the crease. We'll welcome it.
Oh, it's worked again. My goodness, the faster ball, just under 90 k's an hour. The cut shot, missed time, top edged. Good catch taken. He hasn't decided to go the full thrown up off spinner, just a straight off. Top edge, great catch, Brian Lara. His game continues to improve. Marlon Samuels, great start. He's now got 2 for 24.
Justin Langer, 3 for 169.
A very good catch there by Brian Lara. Another wicket to
New batsman is night watchman Jason Gillespie. A lovely stroke. Last outfield, shadows just floating away down there, the western side of the ground. Beautiful shot from Mark Waugh.
Courtney Walsh to continue. Oh yes, big appeal, and he's got him. That's out LBW. Yes, playing from the crease, and the minute that hit him, it looked as if there was going to be a positive call from the umpire. So Courtney Walsh has struck. The night watchman has not lasted.
edging forward, Gillespie, but not getting a long way forward. You can see him there just about on the crease. That left leg on the crease itself. Once you hit him in front on that length, the ball hasn't got a lot further to travel. Plumb in front. Number 4874, Courtney Walsh. It's 4 for 187.
So wicket to Courtney Walsh. Jason Gillespie out.
Ricky Ponting is the new batsman, the new Australian vice-captain. Marlon Black continuing. Oh, that's nicely played. Ricky Ponting for the first time today playing a very solid shot through the field. And that's gone all the way to the boundary for 4. So Ricky Ponting's off the mark.
That's a lovely shot as well. Looks in pretty good touch. He started the season with a bundle of runs. I'd like to transfer that into some test runs here. Right into the gap. Lovely square drive. Brings up the 200 for Australia. In the air, but just wide of the fields when it's square leg. That's a good shot.
That's beautifully played. Oh, what a good shot. Well, slightly over pitch. Ponting's been waiting to pounce on one of those.
Well, lads.
Well, that's also a 4. Well, the run's starting to flow this over. Lovely shot. It's still, they're starting to pick it up now. A few boundaries beginning to occur here. Mark Waugh on strike. Oh, and that's dropped. It's dropped. There was a big nick there. Lara went to his left, and he should really have taken that one. Well, what a big victory that would have been. Lara has gone at it, and he's pushed it away down to fine leg. Just watch this. Big deflection here. He goes driving at it. Ponting gets a big nick on it, and there it is.
Went quick and went to his left. Really one that Brian Lara would like to call. He's on the front foot, so would have got a good chance to see it. Just moved a bit late.
Oh, he's cracked that with the boundary for 4.
Two men back behind square as Ricky Ponting brings up his half century.
With a half century and a quick half century.
.81 balls faced, including 6 fours.
That's 50 for Mark Waugh. Glorious shot.
Half century, Mark Waugh.
4 for 284. Fourth wicket falling at 187. The partnership worth 99. Inside edge. And that's the 100 partnership. That's been hammered past point. I don't think the backward point fieldsman saw it. Oh, that's the highest bouncer I've ever seen. Now, if that's not called wides, most unfair on Ridley Jacobs. Sensible decision, umpire Davis. That was a wide if ever I've seen one.
Oh, that must have hit something. That had to hit something. Totally out of the picture. There are a few cracks out there, and that had to hit one.
That's a cracking shot. That one was up, swung away a little bit, but gave Ricky Ponting some width, and he went after it, hammered it. Big shout. He's given him. He's given him. It looked like it stayed down a fraction. Mark Waugh was backing across. Mervyn Dillon gets the breakthrough.
And this reward for Mervyn Dillon. He's been bowling a very long spell. The ball short of a length coming into Mark Waugh. There was a suspicion of an inside edge, but got Mark Waugh squared up, come off both pads.
So
it's just reward for the
Mark
bowler.
Waugh, our LBW for 63.
Mark Waugh departs for a well-made 63. Australia now 5 for 310. Damien Martin to the crease at the fall of Mark Waugh's wicket. That'll be 4. That's nicely timed. Damien Martin's walk to the crease, down the middle of the bat straight away.
Well, that's beautiful timing, right off the middle of the bat for 4. So fast it went off the bat that the square leg umpire and indeed the fieldsman there, he watched it sail by. 5 for 322.
Yes.
Well, that's well played. Into the gap and running away down to the boundary for yet another 4. That is perfect placement. Mid off quite wide, the extra cover in there, trying to tighten up the little gap that's been left. But boy, that was struck beautifully.
Been some good shots played today, but none better than that one. Mark Waugh played a couple of exquisite strokes. Pretty much a half volley, and it's always a good thing to take care of those when they come along.
Oh, he's pulled that one away. There's 2 men back, but he's going to have to go a lot squarer if he wants to get anywhere near that sort of pull shot. 13 off the over. It's 5 for 3-4. In the air, into the gap, 4. And just don't bowl short to Ricky Ponting. Today, he's taken almost everything that's short and hit it to the boundary in front of square.
Shot he loves to play, Ricky Ponting. Waits for it a little bit short. Wasn't all that short either. That moves him into the 90s. 90 exactly. This really is one of his trademark shots.
Oh, and that's out. That's out, surely. Yes, caught behind. What a delivery that was. That was one of those that takes off just a little bit quicker. He bowled one last over. This is the wicket that they needed. They've been working away for this wicket, and you heard Mark Taylor say that the man in your picture now was the danger man. Well, Ricky Ponting for the 3rd time in the 90s. This time it's a nick on that one, and it was a quick delivery. Very well taken too.
Excellent piece of bowling. Ricky Ponting didn't do a lot wrong. He played very well, played down the line. That one just bounced and seamed on him a little bit. Got an edge. Billy Jacobs did the rest, but Ricky Ponting departs in the 90s. A very well played innings. Australia now 6 for 369.
Let's head up.
Yes, centre is what he wants. Adam Gilchrist, the captain of Australia, coming into bat now. He's obviously one of those batsmen who's capable of standing the opposition attack on its head on his day.
And that's a good shot. Just gave him a bit of room outside the off stump on the first occasion, and he made full use of it. Good shot by Adam Gilchrist. 383 for 6.
Yes, a big nick, and Nixon McLean has broken through. Now there's a problem for Australia. They're not in the lead, high behind the West Indies, and 7 wickets down. And we're right into the game now.
This is what the West Indies needed. They needed to get another wicket and reasonably quickly. Not a lot of batting left for Australia. And that wasn't a bad delivery at all from Nixon McLean. Very close to Adam Gilchrist.
So
Not enough room for him to be playing that cut shot.
Adam
The end result just sneaked through to the wicket-keeper Jacobs.
The score now with the
7 for
drinks to be taken,
386.
7 for 386.
Well, that's a good Yorker. Looked to me as though Damien Martin didn't pick that one up out of the hand.
It's amazing what a wicket does all of a sudden. Oh, he's nearly inside edge that. He hasn't missed it. He's inside edged it nearly onto off stump. Skidding through to Ridley Jacobs. Light sprinkling rain falling for the last little bit.
They tried to stop the single. They have done that. They've allowed a 2. The Australians have hit the lead by 1 run. Off the helmet. He's been given out, so maybe it flicked the glove on the way through, although Stuart McGill doesn't think so.
This is a beauty. Mervyn Dillon, short. This is a short ball, not wide. This is fast as well. Straight at the head, straight off the helmet. Was there 2 noises? Ridley Jacobs didn't think so, or did he? Mervyn Dillon had a crack. Looks to me just above the badge. Stuart McGill knows exactly where it hit him and where it didn't hit him, i.e. the glove. He's out. He's out for 6. 8 for 397.
So Ridley Jacobs takes the catch and Mervyn Dillon on a wicket.
Miller just asked the umpire at square leg, Ben Katragavan, how many balls to come, and he's been told 1. Mervyn Dillon bowling very accurately with his short pitch delivery to Stuart McGill. Now we've got a deep mid-wicket on the fence, and we've got a backward square leg on the fence for Colin Miller. And Miller off the mark. And that 1 ball that he had to face, take for 398.
Well, there's no fear there by Colin Miller. He's come in, adjusted well, took the single, took the strike of the next over. Stuart McGill looks to be a little bit unlucky. We'll now get the benefit of slow motion replay. Didn't really make a helmety noise. It was a glancing blow on the top of the helmet, if anything, not the glove. But everything, the gloves were definitely in front of that helmet as far as the umpire would have seen there. The gloves and handle of the bat covered it. Impossible to tell. The players weren't convinced. McGill was.
Certainly clunked the helmet. Must have gone very close to brushing the Love on the way through, and a bit of a collision there between the West Indies 12th man and Stuart McGill. Caught at point. Colin Miller's not in a hurry to leave. Sherwin Campbell taking the catch there. And Colin Miller out, second ball.
He took the single to get up that end. Nixon McLean sorts him out with a short and wide one. It's been a bit of the cut shot woes for the Australians. Michael Slater, Justin Langer, and now Colin Miller. Middled it. Too much in the air, and he wasn't happy. Stood his ground, disappointed as Sherwin Campbell wrings his hand. Colin Miller gone, second ball for one. Now 9 down for 398, the Australians.
Glenn McGrath has come about 20-25 metres onto the field, and then he stopped when he saw a few fieldsmen heading towards him. But there's been a change of heart by the umpires. And the reason, I think, is not the light. Obviously, we've got the lights on, but the drizzling rain.
It's a real dilemma for the umpires. It is raining. There's no question. It doesn't come up on the cameras as much as it actually is raining, and that is difficult foreign conditions for an opening pair to come out and bowl. Bat against the new ball. Batting in a test match under lights. Have they done it before? And then you've got drizzle as well.
McGrath off the mark to a big roar.
I suppose we have to say, if McGrath can get off the mark, the openers will be okay.
Decided to go over the covers. That's an excellent shot. Brings up to 400 for Australia. And he's got him, Merv Dillon, the first one that he got on line. He's gone right through Glenn McGrath. So the West Indies have done exactly what they had to do. They've kept that lead to 12 runs. Now they've got to bat well.
First ball in line with the stumps has done the trick. Bit of movement there for Mervyn Dillon. A lot of movement from just outside the off stump. The right line starting outside the off stump, ending up on off stump. You don't want to be getting any closer to leg stump with any Australian batsman, whether it's Glenn McGrath or the best of them all, any of the Walls. Good delivery. Good end result for the West Indies. Quick end of the innings, 403 all out.
Finishing with 3 wickets.
Well, there's no doubt that the Australian lineup is full of brilliant individuals, but yet again it was a good team effort that brought them to a total of 403. And you can see, working your way down there, big scores from Slater, Hayden, Waugh, Ponting and Damien Martin. And as far as the bowling was concerned, well, 2 wickets on debut for Marlon Samuels, albeit they're perhaps lucky-ish ones, and 3 for Merv Dillon, who was perhaps the pick with 3 for 84. So the match situation after the first innings was this: Australia led by the slender margin of 12 runs.
Yes, line.
Sherwin Campbell suddenly decided that he better start running a bit harder, and I think that would be a good idea, and it would also be a sign that he's thinking a lot more positively if he starts to run harder. Runs are going to be of a premium today, so they don't want to be missing any at all. I thought in the first innings that Sherwin Campbell really didn't run hard enough at times. Ganga was trying to push him.
Definitely a bit more movement of the seam on this, the 4th day, than in the earlier days of this test. From outside off stump again. Good line, excellent line.
Big shout. They've had a go at both. The LBW first up, and then once the ball was caught, the appeal heightened.
Not for the first time. Whichever way you want to give him out, we'll take it. So an appeal like that from the West Indies themselves yesterday. Missed the bat by a long way.
That's a good shot. Looking to be aggressive. First boundary of this innings, and the deficit now just 1 for the West Indies.
Well, that's a nice shot. Cracking shot. Short and wide, and Ganga put it away.
This is his area of the ground, Darren Ganga. Back foot and organised very well there. Stay back. Placement perfect. That is his sector. Square of the wicket on the offside from the back foot.
That one's through the covers as well. Will probably go all the way. Well, that's 3 good shots in a row from Darren Ganga. Oh, that's a good shot from Sherwin Campbell this time. Just a little wide. He was onto it in a flash.
Stage 1 going okay.
Oh, that's out. Yes, big edge. He's been playing well, Sherwin Campbell, but he pushed it at a ball from Glenn McGrath that was good line and good length, but I'm sure Sherwin Campbell was disappointed with that shot.
Adam Gilchrist's 50th Test match catch. If you put the ball in this line and length often enough, the wicket will do enough for you to create the doubt in the batsman's mind. They get the edge, they get the first wicket. Sherwin Campbell gone for 8 off 32 deliveries. The West Indies are 1 for 26.
So a catch to Adam Gilchrist.
Wavell Hines comes in at number 3 for the West Indies, replacing Sherwin Campbell. He's got that one through. Wasn't quite intended to go there, but he played it with soft hands. Pick up 3. We've also got a drop bat out there. 2 batsmen colliding in the running between wickets. Wavell Hines has made it comfortably at the bowler's end, but without his bat.
Well, the old Mark Waugh, Matthew Elliott. Collision. Both ball watching for a second. They turn around and they think, oh no, we've both decided to go the same way.
In the air. Oh, what a catch! What a catch! That is unbelievable. Damien Martin, full length to his right. Boy, that was hit like a rocket. It was a full toss, I reckon. Smashed off the middle of the bat. Damien Martin was parallel with the ground, and he has taken an absolute jaffer.
And Stuart McGill can say I was bowling for it. That's the 4th full toss. And you won't see too much better than that this summer. Wonderful catch. And he's kept the ball up, and he's produced the strokes, and that one, he may consider himself a little fortunate, but Wavell Hines is on the way back. That's the sort of thing the West Indies can't afford. 2 for 36.
Right, so the man himself has arrived at the crease. 73 Test matches at an average of just under 50. Plenty of runs, over 6,000 in Test match cricket. And if the Australians can get this man out quickly, well, then the rot could very definitely set in. Stuart McGill to bowl. Oh, and short one, little bottom edge. Lara going for the big one at mid-wicket straight away. Oh, and that could have been out. Oh, that was very unlucky. He's got some bat on that. He's actually chopped it down, I think, onto the pads of the wicketkeeper. It must have been pretty close to the stumps. He certainly misread the length and perhaps even the spin.
Yep, he didn't pick the wrong one. So McGill has done him with a top spinner, which he got a bottom edge to, and now the wrong one. His feet were nowhere near it. He was playing it for the leg break, and the bottom edge past leg stump.
Yes, I think he'd be quite relieved, actually, still to be there. He's now down at the non-strikers end. Ganga on strike. That's a bit short, and it's nicely played away. Yes, he's nice and composed when he plays that shot off the back foot. It was short. It was there to be hit. He didn't try and hit it too hard. Just caressed it through the offside field. Well, the score's on 2 for 42, and we've got quite a significant little moment coming up here now, because Miller has been brought into the attack, and those of you who've been watching this test match will know that he's on a hat-trick with this first delivery. His last 2 deliveries, he got consecutive wickets, and so because it's still in the same match, this counts as a hat-trick. He got Jacobs and Walsh out, consecutive deliveries, and this is a hat-trick delivery. Vernon bounces, and he doesn't become the 28th Test cricketer to take a hat-trick.
That's a good shot. Quickly onto the back foot. Once again, he's run very hard and been able to push through for 3.
Inching out of that 20s, Darren Ganga.
That's a good shot. Once again, Lara quickly onto that back foot, making it into a slightly shorter delivery, giving himself a bit of room.
Similar shot to the one played in Perth when he was bowled, but this time the ball just a fraction short. I had a bit more time. Of course, he has been at the crease a bit longer. Powerfully hit.
Pretty ambitious.
Sure, that word pretty wasn't used in this sense of the dictionary meaning pretty, Ian.
Extremely ambitious might have been better, Michael. That's an excellent shot again. He's hit that one, hasn't worried to hit it to ground, put it up there amongst the members.
I think the first one he wanted to make sure he hit it properly. Hit down on it. This time he was practicing earlier on for that. Gone. 20 rows back.
And that's 4 more. Lovely square drive. He got out playing that one in the first innings, but it was to the off spinner, not the leg spinner.
Was wide. He got right across to it. Another very good shot. Changing the field for Brian Lara on the onside. Man behind square, just in front of square now. Deep the mid-wicket region.
Now McGrath has a long chase because he's come to the mid-wicket position. 20 runs off that over, a very good one for the West Indies. Lead 61. Once again he goes with the square drive. Lead building very quickly. This will be a worry for Adam Gilchrist. He'll know that can't be affording to give too many runs away easily, and he knows that Lara can very quickly run into top form. shout there. And unmoved, umpire Venkatragavan. Not out, he's saying, and it's not a good idea to argue with the umpire.
Well, I think I heard 2 sounds here. Well, this will give us an idea. Oh, definitely, 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 definitely off the edge into the gloves. There's nothing clearer than that. That's a chance for Darren Ganga.
Well, that's crazy. That is crazy. West Indies lead by 70.
Very interesting to see the cheering in the stands. Very interesting.
Ricky Ponting, the fielder. Now, the batsman here was entitled to belt that away to the boundary. That's crazy. Batsman standing well in his crease. No chance he can be run out. Now, the bowler is arguing with umpire Venkatragavan, and I can assure you that's not a good idea.
Tossing that one up, and nicely played by Lara. It was a good delivery, mind you, and an equally good shot. Very nicely caressed away through the offside.
Well, this is how he was out in the first innings. He has no fear. 50 partnership, Lara and Ganga. Good step, different to the first innings. This is first ball he's faced after lunch. Slices it away. His placement's impeccable once again. Just a little full.
Oh, he's had another go. Try and hit it over the top. Lara is obviously adopting a philosophy here of aggression. I think that's a fair comment. Look at this, right between those two spots. He really was going after it. He's not going to just push and prod. Well, this has created a situation where Silly Point has decided I'm in the firing line here. I think it might be an appropriate thing to do is to get a crash helmet on. So he's come up a little bit and... Oh, and that's in the air. That's got to be out. Yes, he's gone. That's the end of Lara. What a wicket that is. That's very well bowled, Colin Miller. He's frustrated him a little bit. Lara, you could see, was getting a little bit edgy. There was a bit of edge in that one. Up she went, and that was the end of that.
Very keen to get the bat on the ball this over so far, Brian Lara. The straighter line worked, knowing that he was still going to play at it. In at the stumps, had to play. Luckily got the edge onto the pad. It propped up to short leg. Colin Miller goes berserk. Brian Lara, the big wicket, gone. Court Langer, West Indies 3 for 87.
Justin Langer, the catcher, a wicket to Colin Miller, and the man out, Brian Lara, for 39.
So Jimmy Adams, the new batsman, the captain of the West Indies. If ever a captain's knock was required, it's required now. Straight that time, and he's got it away nicely. Running away down towards fine leg to the long boundary. McGill is the chaser, and they'll be looking for another one. Yeah, back he comes. That's good running. All run 4. Oh, that's well bowled. Oh, and so close to the stumps. Well, it looked as if that one must have hit the inside edge, rolled down, and then spun back a little bit and was very close to the stumps.
It's hit the back of his left foot, I think. Inside edge, jammed between the pads and the legs, off the back heel and the back leg, and that, I reckon that's gone hard enough to have knocked the bail off. Back and across. Bat just a little bit late, that's why it got the inside edge, and whew, unlucky.
Oh, he's given him out. He's gone forward. I think that it couldn't have been that far forward, but normally if you play forward, was he offering a shot? If he wasn't, then perhaps that was the problem. But my initial reaction was off spinner from over the wicket. Well, all it's got to do is turn a little bit if you're forward, and it's got to be down the leg side. A very fast decision made by Venkat. Pitched quite a long way outside off stump, and well, it's hit him. I'll tell you what, on the line of off stump, very, very marginal. He really needed to get his front foot forward a little bit more. Well, interesting one. Darren Ganga was certainly surprised, glancing up at the board there to see if he could see the replay. However,
so Darren Ganga
he's out.
32,
LBW bowled Miller for 32. So Marlon Samuels, age 19, another one of the youngsters in this West Indian lineup in his first test match.
Look at Ridley now, come on.
Oh, and the question asked again, and umpire Venkat that time saying, no, that probably did too much.
The first one was a gutsy decision. The second, given not out, full of ball. Still back where he was, just turned a little bit too much.
Oh, found this. Whack, douche. It's over.
A successful over. It's 4 for 96.
That's good running from Jimmy Adams. Inside edge.
Coming up for the West Indies. Glenn McGrath was off the field for about 15-20 minutes. He was a little slow to get started then. I think he thought that the Pat Filson was going to chase it.
Very close as well. Just hit him outside the line of off stump. Going from wide of the crease, bowling round the wicket. Not easy to get an LBW. Hit him on the back leg.
Jason Gillespie was getting pretty excited about it all. Probably flipping the pad just outside the line, and there may have been an inside edge there.
That one's hit Jimmy Adams either in the helmet or around the face. And judging by the way he's taken the helmet off, yeah, that's a nasty one. He's gone for the sweep shot against the spin, which is always tough on a fourth day Adelaide wicket. He's having a laugh about it. I don't think he's seriously ill, but very unpleasant feeling. That certainly bounced and got him up underneath the chin. It's not quite out of the middle from Jimmy Adams, but it'll probably still go all the way. That's a good shot. Short ball from Jason Gillespie. In position, got it away for 4. 4 for 106. That's out. He tossed it up. What Stuart McGill was hoping to do. Draw him into the drive, got a nice thick edge. And Matthew Hayden took a comfortable catch at the second of the 2 slips. A wicket right on drinks for the Australian. Marlon Samuels caught at second slip.
Beaten into flight there. He didn't get to the pitch of the ball, and very easy catch. It wasn't quite as simple as Matthew Hayden made it look, but he took it very easily there at second slip. And the 5th wicket is down with 109 on the board.
Matt Hayden bowled Stuart McGill.
New batsman is Ridley Jacobs, the left-hander and a powerful player. Comes in at the fall of Marlon Samuels, caught by Hayden off McGill for 3. And now the Australians have broken the back of the West Indian resistance.
Catch!
This time, the skipper, Jimmy Adams. And is this going to be another West Indian collapse? They were looking good with Lara in command and playing strokes. He came out after lunch and played a few wayward ones and then was out to a beautiful piece of bowling from Miller. There's another good piece of bowling, spin, and caught it cover.
It's what the West Indies didn't need. Their captain, Jimmy Adams, going for an expansive drive, looking to look aggressive, but not getting over that ball, and a good catch taken in the covers. And that's really broken the back of the West Indies batting. 6 for 109.
Nixon McLean is the new batsman. Suddenly, the West Indies, having gone into lunch in a position where the Australians would have been looking with half a raised eyebrow at the scoreboard, have lost a stack of wickets, and they're only 109 in total, 97 in the lead.
Oh, it's a great area, it's funky.
There's the West Indies batting card. And Jimmy Adams in that ball in the air. Comfortable catch for Damien Martin at cover. And West Indies in a bit of a pickle now. They need to attack. They need to get runs. They've only got 4 wickets left. There's the batting card again. Jimmy Adams, 15. Captain. Ball pitching in the foot marks and just spooning up to Damien Martin at cover.
That looks as though it's off the bat, and he's walking. He's not waiting for umpire Venkat. A long, suspicious look at the pitch. And Colin Miller has done it again. He's bowled very well this match. Fine exhibition in the first innings. Now, Nixon McLean. Well, it wasn't a stroke that Nixon McLean looked back on with a great deal of pleasure.
No, that ball just stopping on the wicket. Not a lot of spin in that delivery, and Nixon McLean not showing the best of technique there, and he'd be very disappointed. Up for a duck, and West Indies in all sorts of trouble now. 7 for 109.
Mervyn Dillon is the new batsman for the West Indies. You have Ridley Jacobs at one end, the left-hander. Mervyn Dillon comes to join him. Now Jacobs is not off the mark. Dillon's a right-hander. Not going to worry Miller too much.
That's one
Been bowling at right-handers and left-handers throughout this match. Normally it's come on funky. When he's doing really well, he gets a come on funk.
Colin Miller, 9 wickets in the match, 9 wickets for 100 so far. They'll be looking for this 10th.
And he wasn't far off getting it either. That's 2 very good overs for Australia. Stuart McGill picking up Marlon Samuels, who's in his Test match debut, but looked a well-organised player. He got a beauty from McGill that spun a lot, found the outside edge and went to second slip. And then Jimmy Adams, caught by Martin off Miller. That was nicely flighted out of the rough. And quite a good catch by Martin, who took an absolute stunner earlier to get rid of Wavell Hines.
Nixon McLean not getting over the ball at all, and that ball coming off the full face of his bat straight into the hands of Matthew Hayden. And it's a very soft dismissal for the West Indies.
12th man's leaving the field now, having brought on a bottle of water with a message in it. And that's beautifully bowled. Very well bowled indeed. Whatever the message was, it didn't work. And Ridley Jacobs has got a very good one from Colin Miller. His footwork was confused, and the ball has flown off the edge. Now, this is the message coming out. The 12th man brought the bottle and a bit of a chat. Sometimes they float them around the ocean. that was what happened. That wasn't in the planning at all.
No, definitely not. And that ball again, pitching in the rough, the foot marks, and Ridley Jacobs not really moving his feet.
So Ridley Jacobs out for 2, caught by Ricky Ponting. Colin Miller now 5.
Go!
Well, there, the instructions. Give it a go. There's only Courtney Walsh to come. Got Merv Dillon and Marlon Black out there now. Black has gone to 2, Dillon's 3. That's 8 for 118. McGill the bowler. That's a good lusty blow. Dillon is going to pick up what he can.
Oh!
And out at deep square, but it's going to go for 4. That's sensible batting. Hit with the spin. No one in the outfield except that man at deep square.
Oh, and a bit of bat. Oh no, he's given him out LBW. Perhaps the bat hit the inside of the pad. Well, it didn't take Glenn McGrath long, did it? He's always so straight, so the chances are, if you do miss it, something is going to happen.
Well, Mervyn Dillon was certainly going to be going for the shot once the ball was up to him. Pitch just outside the line of off stump, came back in, hit him on the inside of the leg, not really hitting him on the full flush of the leg. Had an excellent chance of going on to the stumps. Mervyn Dillon goes. Well struck, 19 runs though. It's 9 for 137.
Dillon out for 19, LBW to Glenn McGrath.
Well, Courtney Walsh has got a reputation for being one of the worst in the world when it comes to batting, but I can tell you, as he strode out to the centre, he got a little bit of a cheer from the crowd here at the Adelaide Oval. He certainly looked the part. Very nice and neat. Pads are nicely put on there. You've got no trousers hanging out, which very often is the case. The tail enders that can't bat, normally not quite sure how to put the gear on either. But have a look at this. Goes through a full routine of loosening up. And gets into position now. Not a bad stance, a little bit open, but this is where it starts to go wrong. Oh, and no, that wasn't what you would call a leg glide, but I think it may have hit the pads. No, it's missed everything actually. It's stayed down and it's gone for byes.
Didn't bounce a great deal. Slightly off target, Glenn McGrath. He'll be a little bit disappointed with that. Needs to try and get it as straight as he possibly can, as straight as he got the one to Mervyn Dillon. You can see the ball hitting him very much in line with the stumps, pitching just outside the line of off stump. Didn't get that left leg far enough across.
That's it, caught behind, second ball. So Glenn McGrath has come into the attack and picked up 2 wickets in quick time. So the West Indies are all out for 141, and that being the case, I think now that this wicket has fallen so close to tea time, that tea will in fact be taken. So tea will be taken now, and Glenn McGrath and the Australians have done a pretty good job here. When I say Glenn McGrath and the Australians, one shouldn't lose sight of the performance here of Miller. 5 for 32, easily the best figures, bowled superbly, 17 overs. And well, the West Indies now are in a spot of bother unless they can really pull something out of the bag.
So back to square one, and as far as this series was concerned, the West Indies' second innings ending in a bit of a collapse. 141 all out. Brian Lara yet again top scoring, 39 for him, but he couldn't muster up enough runs to lift that second innings total. Well, the bowling figures, they look like this. 3 for 27, that's more like it for Glenn McGrath. But Colin Miller, the pick, 5 for 32 off 17 overs. Match situation, Australia requiring 130 runs to win after 141 were scored in that second innings.
Oh, what a good shot. That's a magnificent blow through the offside field. Into the fence it goes, slightly over-pitched. In fact, it wasn't that bad a delivery. Brand new ball, and it's been flayed through the offside.
Just a bit too full there from Courtney Walsh. No problems driving those through the offside.
Oh, that's out. That's out, caught. That's the end of Michael Slater. That ball seemed to bounce very, very steeply. It was pretty well pitched up. Slater was sort of half and half on it. I think it may have flicked his gloves, but there's no doubt that there was a little bit of, well, a strange bounce, really.
Well, that's a line that they have to be bowling. Just outside the off stump. This pitch is behaving a little bit differently. And that line is perfect. That length is perfect as well. He's coming forward, but he cannot drive. It's 1 for 8 Australia.
So wicketkeeper Ridley Jacobs gets the catch, and Dylan.
36 test matches, an average of on the 40 mark, asking for centre. And the sort of player that this Australian team like in a situation like that, like this, should I say. He's a real fighter. He can get in behind it here and just get off to a bit of a start. Then it might be okay, but he's not going out there in form. 3, 5 and 6 are the most recent scores. He's got to his credit in test match cricket this season. Oh, well bowled. A little bit of bounce there as well. Right, well, let's have another look at the dismissal. I thought it might have been glove, but it wasn't. It was the outside edge of the bat.
Well, it bounced awkwardly, so I think most people would have thought that it perhaps brushed the glove on the way through, but you'll definitely see that the ball hit the bat pretty high up on the bat, right close to the angle of the bat, and you'll see also the ball hitting the pitch and a bit of dust coming off the pitch. That's the nature of this pitch today.
That's a good shot. It's a confidence-boosting shot from Justin Langer. Short and wide, and he put it away.
It was a great shot. Not much footwork. Didn't need much footwork because it wasn't that wide. Just stayed in the crease. Smashed it. They haven't got a gully.
Oh, that's a chance. To bottom edge. Matthew Hayden standing his ground. The umpire are getting together. Umpire Steve Davis is calling for the third umpire. Now it's a bottom edge. Certainly no concern about whether he hit it or not. There's definitely a big bottom edge. The only concern is whether the ball actually carried to Ridley Jacobs. West Indies are very confident. They feel it's carried no problem. Umpire Steve Davis is just going to the third umpire to have a look.
I hope Steve Davis has got a decision in his mind. If this doesn't prove to be conclusive, it comes back to Steve Davis, surely. Ridley Jacobs off balance, into the gloves on the full. It is conclusive. Ridley Jacobs, no problems with it, never did. Matthew Hayden was totally opposite. Matthew Hayden is out.
That replay tended to suggest to me that he caught that. That looks like it's carried to me all right. Unusual position. He's caught that ball in Ridley Jacobs, sort of falling back. Didn't say it was outstanding footwork, but the glove work was very good. In the end, I think you'll find that Matthew Hayden will be on his way.
Ridley Jacobs has done 2 of these stops in this series so far. The old hockey goalkeeper, ice hockey goalkeeper. He's off balance. He's got the leg as the second line of defence. The gloves have been remarkably scooped underneath that ball. It's a great recovery. Matthew Hayden conclusively out.
Matthew Hayden's out.
So
2 for 22.
Jacobs gets the catch. Wicket to Courtney Walsh.
Mark Waugh comes in at number 4 for Australia. Very good form also so far this summer.
Footwork gets going. There's no stopping him, but the dismissal, the front foot never got out there. And Ridley Jacobs, it's the 3rd or 4th time we've seen him recover like that. Generally not catches, but he's stopped some inside edges brilliantly all summer.
Mark Waugh says, thank you very much. And go round the wicket. If you're going to bowl short and wide, I'll take you for 4.
Was this planned or was it a mistake by Courtney Walsh? Doesn't look too unperturbed. Too perturbed. Right across Mark Waugh. That's obviously the line he wanted. Did he want that length? I'm not so sure.
That's out. That is out. That's caught behind. That one's bounced on Mark Waugh. It's a good ball. Roundabout off stump. It bounced, flicked the gloves. And Ridley Jacobs has got the 3rd catch of the innings.
This is what the West Indies didn't do first innings. Australia made 400 runs because they weren't this consistent. 2 balls, Michael Slater and Mark Waugh. Both good length, both doing enough. Both caught by Ridley Jacobs. Mervyn Dillon enjoying himself here in Adelaide. Mark Waugh gone for 5, 3 for 27.
So 3 catches.
Australian vice-captain Ricky Ponting makes his way to the crease. 92 in the first innings.
Come on.
26th birthday tomorrow for Ricky Ponting. Averaging 47 in Test match cricket. Well, that's a good shot. That'll be 4. It wasn't that short to Justin Langer. He was in position very quickly and he put it away.
Very difficult to time this shot. He didn't play it with any great flourish. No big backlift, just a little forearm jolt. We said that's a trademark of Matthew Hayden, now Justin Langer. Nice and tight, little backlift, firmly through. 4.
That's a good shot. The fielder will be hoping it goes for 4, otherwise they might run 6. Just made it. That's good news for the fielder. It was a pretty good shot because the ball hustled onto him a bit, so much so that he hit it over mid-on rather than pulling it through mid-wicket or past square.
He dragged it from quite a long way outside off stump. That's the problem with pitching a bit too short, especially to a player like Ricky Ponting.
That's what Langer has to do. He's got an inexperienced bowler coming around the wicket into the rough stuff, and it's not at all easy. Every time there's something a bit offline, Langer has to take advantage of it.
Wasn't that short, but it shows you the positive approach that Justin Langer's taking.
Oh, yes! Kept low while Ponting is looking as though he reckons it might just have been an inside edge. But it was a fierce break back, and now the Australians are in trouble.
Well, as I said before, Courtney Walsh, to get LBWs against the right-hander, batsman has got to be a long way back. Ricky Ponting was certainly that, pushing back to the short delivery. And it's hit him in line.
So Ricky Ponting got LBW to
It's
Courtney Walsh for
4
11.
for 48.
Still plenty in this game.
He's got to have the batsman to get the LBW. It's just a matter of whether he got a nick on it or not. If it was a very faint one, and you couldn't blame the umpire for not hearing it.
And that's edgy, but it's running away down towards the boundary. There's no one down there. It'll probably go all the way. Will it? It'll be dragged back. Oh, he's managed to get it back, but I think that he was probably in the gutter. I'm sure that the umpires will want to have a look at this. They've run 4 anyhow, so we may as well not waste the time.
Excellent line. That's the line. You have got to keep it there. It's a matter of patience and discipline. Be patient, and have the discipline to just keep on bowling that line throughout the day. Not a lot of runs are going to be scored off deliveries like that.
Very good shot, lovely drive, and that's beaten the field. Well, it's running away along to that very deep corner down there. Will it get there? If it doesn't, they may get 5. No, they won't. Back, in fact, for 4, and in comes the throw. So an all-run 4. That'll relieve the pressure just a little. That is a good shot. So 1961, when there was that wonderful partnership. Famous draw here. That one's cut away into the gap for 4. That's a very good shot. Just a little bit loose, short outside off stump. That's what the West Indies can't afford. It's 4 for 72.
Threw it into the turf. After he lost by 1 run this ground. Yes, in that test match, we needed 186 to win. The last innings chase here at the Adelaide Oval. Ray McDermott fell with a score on 184. 1 run short. Justin Langer, he's fallen as well. He's fallen over. Couple of push-up.
The umpires have had a little chat. This is the start of the last official over of the day. One's cut away down to 3rd man for another single. Yes, at the end of the over, this is what happened. They had a chat. And right at the end of the chat, umpire Davis held up 1 finger. He said 1 more over. That's interesting. There we are, 1 more. Now, I don't know whether that was 1 more and that's it. Oh, and that one's gone down to 3rd man, off a no ball as well. Will it beat the fieldsman? It will into the fence for 4. That could actually tip the scale. So 4 plus 1.
Well, that might help Australia's cause. The boundary plus the no ball wasn't far over. It was a very good delivery. Got it to bounce a bit and bounced quite awkwardly on Justin Langer. He was able to guide it over the top of the slips, although not sure how much control he had over that.
A 34 to win. Oh, and that one's gone fine. This will make a big difference. Back for the 2nd, and that's all. 32 to win. And what's more, that brings up the 50 partnership.
Yes! Well, that's exactly what Australia needed. A good, confident cover drive to get things moving. That's well run. That's very well run. Four for 107.
Yes, three.
Probably Jimmy Adams won't be all that thrilled about the delivery, a half volley on off stump. Edged and taken by Ridley Jacobs. So Langer misses out on his half century, but he has put Australia in the position to win.
19 runs to win. We said if it was 89, it might be a different story. There has been activity off this wicket this morning that the bowlers have enjoyed. Batsmen, not so much. Mervyn Dillon will accept his third wicket. He's got 3 for 28. Justin Langer doesn't get his 50. He's gone for 48. It's 5 for 111.
Adam Gilchrist, the Australian captain, standing in this match for Steve Waugh, trying to extend the record to 13 victories.
That's middle.
Short leg in place.
There's the third man, Marlon Black down there, who is one fast bowler who has done a bit of work on his fielding.
They haven't bowled him very much, that's the thing. Mervyn Dillon is bowling excellently. He and Walsh have been the pick. Nixon, McLean, Marlon Black have to bounce back now, but this was a great delivery. Just decked away from the left-hander perfectly. Wasn't a length that was cuttable. The only thing he could have done was leave it go, but it was angled in from round the wicket, so he wanted to play at it. Lovely when a plan comes off.
That's a lovely shot. Likes to play square of the wicket, Damien Martin. Timed that one well. And he loves them when they're short.
Just 5 off 2 balls for Gilchrist today, instead of his usual 8 off 2 balls. Mervyn Dillon, again struggling, right and left hand. He bowled it a bit short, trying to overcompensate for the full one he bowled to the right-hander. And the angle all wrong, in at middle stump, in at the body of that dangerous man. The captain looking to take them to 13 victories successively. 250 the strike rate.
No one down the ground there, so they should run for, even if it doesn't carry to the fence.
There'll be 5 here. Gilchrist is going to have to go. The relay throw may be good, no sends him back. 13 off the over, 1 wicket also for Mervyn Dillon, 5 for 123.
Well, I think it's just a matter of maintaining what they're doing.
Yes.
2 more there. So the Australians creep to within 1 run of victory. I think that's the big thing when you're playing successful cricket, to maintain your standard.
Team effort as an opposition, you must feel as if you just can't get on top of them.
There's the winning runs for Australia, and sweet joy for Damien Martin, and also the stand-in captain. Adam Gilchrist, in his first game as captain of Australia, has won. The series is won. The Frank Worrell Trophy is retained. That's the 3rd time that Australia have retained the trophy since winning it back in '95 in the Caribbean.
So 130 was the target, and there were a few blips along the way, losing 5 wickets, going about getting that target of 130 runs. Adam Gilchrist said it was the most nervous he'd ever been going to the crease to try and knock off the remaining runs, and he finished not out 10. He did a good job for them, shepherding them home alongside Damien Martin. So 13 out of 13 it is for the Australians. As far as the West Indian bowling is concerned, 3 for Dillon, 2 for Walsh, but in the end, 5 wickets short. And there we go, confirmation. Australia winning this one by 5 wickets, a smaller margin than they'd done in the first 2 tests, but nonetheless professional all the same. We'll take another short break. When we come